Kickturn Party tonight! Kickturn Party tonight! Kickturn Party tonight! Kickturn Party tonight! We're gonna have a Kickturn Party tonight! Alright!
Hey! I'm Jay Cab. This is JD, our other host. We're here with our special guests today, Bob and Matt.
Howdy.
And we're going to be talking about what? Slalom. Bob's our slalom master from Knoxville, and he knows all about slalom. He's got special slalom boards. We go slaloming in his house, and he's gotten kicked out of the neighborhood association because
We've gotten in some trouble. Yeah, it's been fun though.
yeah, and we were the ones that got him in trouble. So
I don't believe it.
Yeah, so that's what we're here to talk about, is a little bit of slalom. So slalom is what? What is slalom?
Slalom is the art of wiggling through the cones and trying to get across a finish line first, as being the fastest wiggler through the cones.
And key word there is wiggling.
Wiggle.
All right.
And
So not only that, did you know that they just held the Slalom World Championships over in Winston-Salem?
really,
Like a couple of 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah. They got guys from all over the world, Czechoslovakia, Sweden, all these crazy slalom guys, which is a whole different thing from like street skaters or, any other
Downhillers
type of skater. Downhillers and slalomers are kind of the same. A step above e-boarders, but we'll get into that later.
But tell them about the history of slalom.
It was back in the day. One of the first things, there was what? Freestyle and slalom, and that was pretty much it as far as contests went.
Then you had a bull riding and
that was later on.
Yeah, snake
but I
riding.
remember the first slalom apparently was for ABC. They built a big, huge ramp out of plywood, and they put a slalom course on it, and they were getting guys to go down it, and they covered it with some kind of lacquer or something. Yeah, and they were riding clay wheels, and it's like only 3 people out of 20 made it through the entire course without killing themselves.
Yeah.
So slalom's come a long way since then.
And just to make it for television viewing, back in those days, they used to have these soft cones that got sucked under your wheels if you hit them. And then that's where you'd see those guys. Yeah, they would slam. Look at the old videos.
Yeah, I see, but
And you'll always see when they hit the cone, it sucks underneath the board, and you go slam.
Brilliant.
Of course, it was
good TV right
TV.
there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Especially back in the 60s. The agony of defeat.
Because it was Wild World of Sports where they put that on. And,
Exactly. Well, that's awesome. That's totally awesome. So we're going to show you guys some slalom boards. Bob, I know you're into some slalom. Myself and Bob both own slalom cones. Mm-hmm. So we take them over to his house and we set up slalom. So let's see your slalom board. Didn't you bring your slalom board? You got a slalom board here.
I got a slalom board.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have a slalom board?
It's not as fancy as yours.
Do you have a helmet? Oh, I've got a helmet.
Got a helmet, yeah.
It's always good to wear a helmet when you're doing slalom because, especially on the backside, if your wheels slip out, it's like snowboarding. You're immediately going to go to your back and get whiplash and slap your head. So always wear, kids, if you're out there, always wear a helmet when you're doing slalom, because I know that the kids are really into slalom these days. So make sure and wear your helmets.
They love helmets.
And they wear helmets too. Yeah, he's right. He's all over it. So tell us a little bit about this board.
Well, this is built by Skater Built. I actually won this in a contest. They had a contest down at Kona Skate Park, and I won this as just a door prize drawing. And they told me I could have any skateboard I wanted off of their website, and so this is what I wanted, was a slalom
So you
board.
didn't get the latest Corey Duffel freestyle board or whatever?
No, I did not. I thought, man, this is my opportunity to get an actual store-built, actual factory slalom board. As you can see, it probably was factory, but now I've got my own homemade spacers and stuff in here, risers and stuff.
Actually,
And,
I was reading something about that the other day. Back in the day, Henry Hester used to ride, and we've got a Henry Hester board coming up here in a little bit. Henry Hester used to ride his homemade in the front and none in the back.
Really?
Yeah.
It was only wedged one way?
No, it wasn't even a wedge. It was a flat 7-ply that he cut out and put in the front and nothing on the back.
So it just changed the pitch on the front?
I guess.
Interesting.
You'd have to ask Henry.
Well, I built my
wish I
own
could.
wedge. I just used a piece of wood and built my own wedge so that
Oh,
I
it's
could
a wedge. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't see. Okay, cool.
make it however I want, because you really want that wedged hard towards the front. And in the back, you pretty much want it flat. Now, this front truck,
So what does a wedge do exactly?
it changes the geometry of the turn and stuff. So
Sure.
you know of the truck, so it makes it turn harder.
Okay.
And a slalom board, you want it to turn really hard up front, but you really don't want it to turn in the back.
Right,
because
right.
it's
Kind
the-
of like a tractor trailer truck. You want it to steer in the front and follow in the back.
Yes, it follows in the back and it grips in the back. And then that's and okay. Who the guy's name's Richie Carrasco.
Oh, yeah.
He's,
Oh yeah,
He's the
yeah,
guru.
yeah, he's the real world guru on this. I met him at a slalom race in Atlanta, and he actually set up my trucks for. Well, he set up my front trucks for me. It was really nice. He had he had a
stoking.
box full of bushings right there. So he's the one that set up these bushings. He asked me how much I weighed and what I did, and he pulls out these bushings and said, "There you go. Now you can ride." And I was like, well, cool. And so it really does make a big difference. All right, so the reason...
So you got a Bennett on the front, and
Yep.
what's this on the back?
That's a Tracker. Tracker makes this special truck just for the back. Now, Tracker makes a special truck for the front.
Right.
They do make a front truck and a rear truck, but everybody told me that the Bennett's a lot better.
Well, I know when I was growing up, the very first trucks I had were Bennett hijackers
they're
because of their
best
turning
turning,
ability.
yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
the plastic base plates were a whole different story. But I'm glad to see Bennett's still around.
Oh, yeah. They're still...
So, but most people take the wheels right and make their own bushings out of the rebound and the Black Ops formula. They punch out
I've heard of
the
that,
bushings.
yeah.
I mean, this is crazy. They take wheels and punch out these bushings for it's like mine.
But they're using a hole saw or something. What do they use?
It's
How
like
they cut it out?
I guess a punch, like a press punch, but so.
Slalom is like the Pinewood Derby of skateboarding. It really is. When you go to Pinewood Derby, everybody there's got their little secret sauce.
So
that
do you
they
put
the
lead
wheels
weights on the
and
bottom of your
stuff.
board to make it go faster?
I mean,
Yeah, you got all your
I'm
stickers
surprised
towards
it's
the
right
front.
there. Yeah.
What kind of special lights do you use? I want to know.
I'll tell you. That's a trade secret, But yeah, those guys, they put special sauce in the bearings, all kinds of stuff. It's unreal, man.
Tell 'em about
Everybody's got
Speedo.
those secrets. Speedo. Which one was Speedo?
Speedo was the guy in the silver
Oh, that's the
suit.
guy from
He wouldn't let anybody touch his board or see his board.
Yeah, that's
At
right.
Kona.
Yeah, at Kona,
This dude was like, you couldn't see his board or touch it. He was like, you can't see my board.
He wouldn't let you near it.
Yeah, he
Kinda
had
like-
like
And so that's the guy that always comes in like fifth.
no, he was
Oh,
like
he's-
super fast.
Oh yeah,
Dude is
really?
Unreal.
He wouldn't,
Yeah.
he wouldn't
Wow.
let you look at his because he didn't want you
Yeah.
to see the bearings and the whole.
Right.
He's got $1,200 wrapped up in his slalom board.
Wow,
Is-
that's
yeah.
that's Formula One racing there.
Oh yeah, $1,200.
He had this little silver suit too. He looked like
Gold bearings.
my favorite Martian or
Oh
something.
yeah, it's unreal.
Oh yeah. Did he have one of those Ducktales like that?
The spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler.
Like a-
He had a couple of spoilers on the
He's a machine, man. I'll tell you that. Well, anyway, but then you notice I got different wheels on the front and the back.
Right.
All right, because
And it looks like your truck's wider on the front than it is the back too.
yeah,
right?
it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I never really thought. Yeah, but you're right, it is.
Okay.
Anyway, but the wheels are harder up front, so I got a harder diameter
sure.
in the front, so that you get less rolling resistance, and then
Right.
you just it's faster up front, and then the back's a little bit softer in order to grip better, because the back, even though
Right,
the
right.
front is where the turn happens, the back is where
It's where it
slide
grips
could
because, like I
possibly
said,
happen,
if that back slides out, then you're going down
And
and you're
it's-
slapping.
I've done that before, and I've created cat-like reflexes because of that. I've actually gone out like this, and in midair, I can flip myself over and land on my slide gloves and my knee pads. I always wear slide gloves and knee pads, and it's for that
yeah.
reason. But in midair, I have flipped myself over like a cat.
Well, I remember
know?
back in the day at Rivergate Skate Park, my home skate park back in the day, we used to have slalom contests, and there was this one guy that was really good, and pump, and when you're unweighting is when the danger occurs. When you're unweighting, you're going in the next turn, and his wheels slid out, and he immediately went back like if you were on a snowboard and you caught your back edge, slapped his head so hard it cracked his helmet. And ever since then, I've been very sketchy about slalom and being like, okay, But it's still a lot of fun. Is there anything else you want to tell us about this bitchin' ass board you got here
Well, now people always ask me why I got such a sharp point on the front.
to
And
kill the competition?
Yeah. You know, and I guess it's to kick the cones out. That's what I've always thought. You know, just in case you do hit a cone.
except that your wheels are like.
It looks like the wheels.
You might as well
suck
get
under.
some. You need some fairing.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
unlike the old days, we don't use soft cones that get sucked under your
Yeah.
wheels anymore. When you hit the cones now, they're hard to kick out.
Or maybe like some shin guards that go all the way down like they use in slalom skiing.
Yeah, there you go.
Or something. I don't know.
It's something like that, but
So is this material? It looks like a Formica or something. What is this?
This is
Yeah.
for doing rail slides in between your slalom runs.
it is.
It's an ever slick. For
It's
that
an ever
purpose?
slick. Yeah,
It's
just
slick,
in case.
But yeah, you notice this never
I mean, it
been-
looks cool.
It hadn't been ground on her. Well, you can see that's probably my son did that to it. So yeah.
Because he was out like doing rail
Yeah,
slides
'cause he's
in
gonna
between his
this
slalom
thing.
runs.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So and then they've got like the wheel wells are interesting here. You've got,
Because
like,
there's
2
a
points of-
adjustable.
Okay.
So you can
Yeah,
change
yeah.
the wheel
Wheelbase.
the wheelbase according to the race
Right,
that
right,
you're
right,
in. You
right.
notice it's got 2 different sets of holes for the wheels,
Right.
so that you can change the wheelbase between races depending on what the conditions are and stuff.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's just
That's
something
it.
else.
Yeah. So if
It's
you're in a
something,
tighter
alright.
race, tighter cones, you would push the wheel wells closer together.
Right.
Bigger cones. I mean, you know.
All right, yeah. Let's take a look at JD's board. So that was Bob's slalom board. He's
this is JD's
he's
over
all over it.
Mine's on there.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, here we go. All right. So
JD's.
this is next in line. And JD, tell us a little bit about your board.
Well, I said, Bob, I want a slalom board. And so Bob got on the phone and made us some calls and got me a
And-
slalom board.
So back to where JD has got this nice board, and so
So
Bob
I just-
set it up for you.
Bob made the phone call. I told him, I said, I want a slalom board. So Bob made the phone call, and he can tell you a lot more about it than I am. Oh, it's just.
Well, you're doing the same thing. You've got the Bennett Vector in the
exactly,
front,
and,
you
the
got
Tracker R racetrack in the back.
right.
So-
Is this like? Do more guys than you guys just do this with this combo of trucks?
Yeah, I mean, this is
like
like
a
the-
prevalent
the-
combo
yeah,
out there
yeah.
among
Yeah.
slalomers.
I mean,
Wow.
like I say, Tracker makes a front truck, but it doesn't turn near like. I mean,
Yeah, those Bennetts.
Bennetts
Bennett's
are-
always been known for
I
turning.
guess it's the angle of the
yeah,
kingpin.
it is the angle of the pivot.
So,
absolutely.
you know,
I never
but-
noticed that, but Richie also set yours up.
Well, it's because me and you
Yeah.
weigh the same.
Yeah, and so but I never noticed that we got exactly the same bushings. And you do because I mean he sent you these from the factory, but he did this for me in that parking lot that one
But he
day.
wedged the hell out of
And
mine.
so,
I mean,
yeah, yours is wedged a lot harder.
I mean, that's,
Yeah, I noticed that you got
Three
like
and-
multiple wedges there.
and I mean, it's one of those deals. If you ride this thing, it's like it doesn't go slow. It will not turn slow.
Yeah. Well, you
So-
know, when I first saw this board, I was like, how come he's got a truck on his kicktail? I
Yeah,
just couldn't,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, because look at that, you know.
You're never going to kick it.
So,
There.
Hey,
so
hey.
where do you keep your rear foot on this?
The rear foot's right in here,
Right in front of
basically.
it.
Yeah, right in front of the bolts. But it doesn't turn slow. The faster you go, the more responsive it is.
And I think I've rode your board and your board both over to your house doing a slalom, and it was just something totally different that I had to adjust to, and I don't know, not sure I ever really got adjusted to it. 'Cause I'm used to riding a regular board.
Will turn kind of like a regular board, but the faster you go, the more responsive it is and the more stable it is. Really, I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
weird. And you wouldn't think it. The faster you go, the more stable it is. But
The technology's improved because Tony Alva won one of the very first skateboard slalom contests on what? A solid wood board.
exactly.
And so a lot of times when I go slalom with these guys, that's what I'm riding is I ride a solid wood board with regular trucks and wheels on it. So speaking of that, let's take a trip back in time
Exactly. Show them the. Show 'em
here. And
the
this
vintage
is
one.
this is what
This is
used to
my-
be
used to be my
state of the
slalom.
art back in the day. And this is JD. It's your board, so
Yeah, it's a GNS fiberflex slalom board. You know, it's got the cutaways in the front and the
Mm-hmm.
back, so you don't get wheel bite. It's also cambered. It's got the bow in it, so when you pump, it generates your speed. you know,
Bounces.
bounces. I didn't, for some reason, did not wedge this board back in the day, but it's kind of.
I don't think that wedges were a big, huge deal back in the day. I mean, no one really rode wedges that I remember.
They made them, but
They made them, and you know, I mean, they're even in skateboarder magazines and stuff. There was a company that made
Yeah, Rad
specifically
Pads.
Rad Pads.
rad pads, they're just selling there for $2,000
Really?
out of the package.
Wow.
And I've got like
no
10
kidding.
sets in the package.
No
but anyway,
doubt. Man, you're a billionaire.
Exactly.
Do you keep those in your safe? Or
Yeah.
Just out in your glove box.
But
right now?
for some reason, whoever helped me set this up when I was little, I have a wider truck on the front than the back. And I guess it's because of the back would be more responsive, but it seems like it should be back asswards. It seems
Yeah.
like a littler truck on the front.
Right.
To get more of your turn.
That's what I was thinking.
quicker response.
Well, once again, like a tractor trailer,
Exactly,
steering the
yeah.
front and the back follows it around.
follows, yeah.
But that's a very nice. That's a very nice GNS fiberflex there. Double cut. It's in prime shape, and it's got the
Original
funky,
plastic.
the plastic vinyl grip tape on top. Here's another good example.
Yeah, this is the Mac Daddy right here though.
This is another good example.
This is the holy grail.
Yeah.
In collecting.
This is a GNS fiberflex Henry Hester model. Original grip tape, all original. Flip it over. Original trucks and original Henry Hester Road Rider wheels. So this is a Henry Hester board, Henry Hester Road Rider wheels. I've seen a couple of these online on Facebook. Guys that are interacting with Henry Hester. There's a few out there. There's not a whole lot, but I actually used to ride this board back in the day. This was before we had the skate park in Nashville, Ribgate Skate Park, when I was riding. And there was a skate shop, and they were doing tryouts. And so I was trying out for the team, and they had slalom. So I bought this board because this was the hottest thing out there. And, guess what? I still didn't make the team. Or whatever.
That is a new style wheel in the 70s, which was that's a
Yes.
really unique.
Yeah,
Style wheel.
Yeah, you can see
according
how
to mine.
it was tall and skinny.
Exactly.
As opposed to.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, these
Right,
are Road Riders. The
Those
same
are Road
way,
Rider
but these are
4s,
the,
right?
Yeah, these are the. I mean,
Right,
and they're
right.
offset, and
Right.
you've got more. It's not a center bushing or center bearing like these are.
Right,
That's
right,
almost
right,
like a new school style wheel.
Yeah,
So-
getting there. I mean, so this is like JD said, this is probably the holy grail of what's going on. I've even got the original Henry Hester sticker on it. It's a little bit skiffed up because I actually rode the thing. I've ridden it a few times. I actually rode it at Bob's. So speaking of, we actually go out and do slalom ourselves. So we're gonna have a little. We're gonna show a little video here of. We were over at Bob's house. This is what got him almost kicked out of the neighborhood. So let's take a look at this little video here.
If it wasn't for the long hair, we wouldn't have got kicked out.
So this is over in the cul-de-sac near him, and let's see who's this.
That's Matt, isn't
That's
it?
Matt.
Yeah.
That's another one of our guest hosts today.
Dressed up for Vert.
And there's dressed up for Bert.
Yeah.
There's Nate. He's ripping it up there.
Is that the Yeti?
There's
Was that
Velvet
Clay?
and Velvet. Velvet's riding my longboard around, and she knows how to pose.
And look at Jay go. Jay has such style.
I know,
man.
he got
I
the-
mean, he doesn't need all that high tech stuff like that.
I learned it back in the 70s.
Yeah.
From watching those guys, especially the guy that slapped. His name was Ted or something. But pumping those arms, baby, pumping those arms.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's Bob
Yeah.
on his fancy deck.
Oh, we got them offset.
Yeah,
Offsets
we had
across
some
the
offset
street.
going on.
Yeah, those are pretty tight.
There goes the windmill.
Yeah, the arms go. I love it.
Shoot.
So cool.
I love doing
Stuff in
slalom. It's so much fun.
Yeah, we didn't go do it.
But you
more.
can't eat shit. I mean,
Oh,
I've
yeah,
proved that
yeah.
a couple of times.
It's been a long time since I ate shit doing
Yeah,
slalom. But
JD's been hurt more.
Yeah, slalom than
skating
anything.
Oh,
else.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm telling you, you just get twisted, man. You get that pump, and you get just twisted up, and there's no way to stop to
Now,
break
here
the
comes-
fall.
Here comes some head to head.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, we were doing head-to-heads.
Oh,
Yeah. Who was that? That was,
That was me and I think
Nate?
it was Nate. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I just smoked Nate.
yeah,
I
well,
better enjoy that because
imagine that.
I couldn't beat him on anything else on the stage.
Hey. And that's,
That
oh,
was
that,
me and Nate. That was a little closer. I think
Yeah,
it was me
yeah.
on it.
yeah.
Is that Donnie?
And
Who's that?
That's, and I've been, every time there's a couple of places I know
me
that
and
I keep looking for. I want to go set up some slalom. That's me and Bob right
Yeah,
there.
Jay's leading me
And
behind.
he Bob comes up and catches me. And then we went and did a little downhilling, and there was some kid. There's a couple of guys doing like
Yeah.
longboard kooks doing
I counted 26 people there that day.
26 people.
Down my hill in front of my house, and just these random kids just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And throwing beer cans in there.
I think that's what got kicked out of the neighborhood was the people. We were all drinking beer and doing slalom and everything.
Yeah, it was a
So,
scandal.
We wasn't drinking, but those other guys were.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, so that's a little bit about slalom. Thanks for coming by Kickturn Party. We're gonna do another episode or two. We're gonna do one about downhill.
Oh!
Downhill, because
Like
you know we
downhill.
also do that too, because slalom's like downhill, but it's faster. So, all right, thanks for coming by. Kickturn Party.
Have a good one.
We'll see you again. If you want, email us. Tell us how bad we suck. Email us. We'll send you some free stickers. That's it.
Everybody's gonna hang out here tonight. Alright. We'll pass out in the flat. Alright. Tonight. We got nothing better to do than to take 6 runs, drink a dozen brews. Don't talk about anything else. We don't wanna know. We're dedicated to beers, both and bros. Backside slasher, website grind, kickturns, garbage. We'll hang out by the peanut pool all night and every night. Then go someplace else and smoke and yell. It's Friday night. We got nothing better to do. Can't take 6 runs, drink a dozen brews.